All right. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is safe, no? Grabe. Napakalakas ng mga bagyo na dumaan sa atin ngayon sa Pilipinas and we can't even go to Malacanang to conduct this, no? To proceed with our meetings, lalo na ngayon, baha sa labas, maulan, walang tigil, malakas pa yung hangin. And that's why we're having this emergency meeting using media for this month's agenda. And yeah, by the way, kumusta naman kayo dyan, department secretaries? Okay naman ba kayo sa inyo?
Yes po, Madam President.
Good. Good to hear, guys. So yeah, all right, let's get started, no? And yeah, to start with, I got a complaint on my spokesperson na may problema daw tayo sa stocks natin for medication sa hypertension and diabetes. Nagkakakulang daw tayo guys sa stocks ha. Kurt, to explain please, what happened?
Permission to speak, Madam President. I am the representative from the Department of Health improvising our created policy for Philippine medicine policy of 2022-2030. We propose an alternative and to upgrade the current policy which only has scope until 2030. First is wanted to improve the modernization of drug regulatory system, strengthening national pharmacovigilance. DOH 2022, in which involves drug drug awareness, preventions, and analysis which can create 2 hours shortage of maintenance medicines for diabetes and hypertension. Second, on the policy framework and assist the framework, the team wanted to improve the budget, which is sustainable financing and resources. Last but not the least is the strengthening health system DOH 2022 as the previous recom- recom- recommendation about the familiarity of AMR. The team wanted to reinforce our education sector, DepEd, Department of Education, and our public sector, DSWD, Department of Social and Welfare Development, and DILG, Department of the Interior and Local Government, to make the public aware of this threat as early as possible.
Good. Na may suggestion ka na agad, no? To improve the policy that we have before the access DOH 2022 policy, no? That's good to hear, Miss DOH Secretary. Okay. May I also intervene in the discussion, Madam President? Yes, you may go ahead, Representative from DSWD. I want to add up also for distribution since kami po ay ang unang tumutugon sa mga pamamahagi at pamimigay. Mayroon po akong suggestion patungkol sa distribusyon ng mga gamot at alternatibo nito.
Siyang tunay, Madam President. Sa isyong ito, ang mga pangunahing sakot or apektado sa mga may edad na, kung kaya nakakatulong po talaga ang DSWD sa isyong namin ngayon sa kakulangan.
Madam President, permission to speak, please.
Yes, you may. Secretary under DFA, ano yun?
May kakulangan din tayong kakayanan na mag-angkat ng gamot sa ibang bansa. May mas mababang currency sa atin. Upang maging mas mababa ang halaga nito, according po dito sa policy ng before in our running accountability, And ROS is a Department of Foreign Affairs. We are facilitating foreign donations of medicines through consular offices and Philippine embassies abroad. The DFA can be coordinate with international donors. It ensures the compliance with the Philippine regulations and expedite the customs and shipping processes. This diplomatic function not only reduce the cost, but also ensures the timely distribution to the areas of the urgent need. By actively pursuing these strategies, the DFA is complements to the efforts of the agencies such as DOH, DSWD. It providing a foreign and policy dimensions in national health response. This approach highlights the importance of the viewing and medicine accessibility, not just the domestic issues, but I share the responsibility within the global community. With a proper coordination, diplomacy can become a powerful tool in addressing shortage and safeguarding and help the Filipino people.
Permission to give opinion, SEC ng DFA. Tiyak ba ang epekto nito? Paano po ang kalidad? Tandaan po natin na mahalaga po ang kalusugan ng isang individual ng mamamayang Pilipino.
Ito ay susensyon lamang po, Secretary ng DOH, sapagkat kagustuhan po nating lahat na tugunan ang napapanahong issue na ito. At ito ang aking naisip. Ngunit sa tingin mo ba may karagdagang pondo kayo upang matugunan ito ng nangangailangan ng resources ng sa ating karatig bansa?
Permission to speak. I totally agree with the FA Secretary. We can also establish an exchange if we are facing a shortage in this maintenance medicine. We can convert it to the other means that we have in moderation and exceed stocks. In response from DTI, policy approaches from the Department of Trade and Industry assist in mitigating shortage problems in medical supplies. Through incentives, local manufacturers are motivated to produce personal protection equipment, alcohol, and medicines. Additionally, the DTI hastened the process of importation with customs and FDA and applies temporary export restrictions in some cases, giving priority to local demands. DTI also applies trade substitution in terms of exporting electronics, processed foods, and agricultural products, which are exchanged from foreign medical supplies. This proves that DTI does not promote the health sector at the expense of businesses, but instead helps secure medical supplies while advocating for the local industry.
Tama ka naman na baka wala o di maaprobahan ng karagdagan ng pondo, ngunit kaya naghahanap tayo dito ng alternatibong solusyon.
Ayan, alternatibo yung opinion ko.
Please, enough guys. Secretaries, please balik tayo sa usapan. Huwag nyo nang palalimin ang sagutan nyo. Okay, sige. Kung need ng budget, sige, tignan natin ha. Secretary of DVM at DOF, any suggestions please? Sorry, am I audible? DBM? DOF? Any suggestion sa budget? Hello?
Actually, Madam President, we already requested a budget for DOH. 1 billion pesos budget po siya for next year. Up until now, iniimbestigahan pa rin po siya ng Kongreso.
So, teka po muna, Mr. DBM Secretary. So, sa pagkakaalam ko po is yung budget na yung tinutukoy is yung para sa 2026. So, ang pinangangamba ko po is yung problema ng kasalukuyan hindi pa po sa hinaharap.
Madali naman yan matugunan kung alam natin kung ilan ang kulang at bakit nagkulang. Dahil lagi naman sapat ang budget, hindi po ba, Mr. DVM Secretary?
May katwiran ka naman dyan, PNP Chief. Ba't hindi kaya tayo magbukas ng investigasyon ukol dito?
Idagdag ko lamang po, no, hindi naman kami nag-aaproba ng budget kung hindi ito naistima ng maayos ng ahensya. Ngunit may pangamba ko sa distribusyon.
Yes, it is correct po. We can also add what we have here in Bureau of Customs. The government will make important medicines cheaper for Filipinos starting June 13, 2025. They removed the 20% VAT, a sale tax from drugs that can treat cancer, diabetes, kidney dialysis, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and mental health issues. This change is significant because managing these conditions can be very costly.
Thereof, mas nararapat na una nating imbestigahan ang mga dokumento na naaprubahan ng DBM upang masiguro natin ng wasto ang ginagamit ng mga ahensya na may kinalaman sa kakulungan of shortage natin.
But this was all along with DILG Secretary and DOH Secretary. Kung ano po ang binigay nila sa amin, yun lamang po ang distribute namin sa publiko.
I can agree more, representative of under DSWD. Tama na maimbestigahan kung may anomalya sa transaksyon at distribusyon.
Okay. Guys, secretaries, no? Since we are here already, immediately open an investigation, okay? Led by PNP and NBI, please coordinate with DBM, DOH, and DILG secretaries, guys.
So, Ms. President, allow me to also propose a preventative of this case in the future.
All right, my ears are yours. Please proceed.
So, we under the development stage of every learner in the Philippines. So, I would like to add an advertisement, the future policy in our curriculum to be aware of diseases or cancer. So, in response from DepEd, by acknowledging that the well-being of learners extend beyond traditional educational boundaries. So the Department of Education and the Department of Health have taken underground-breaking steps toward creating a holistic approach to education. So both agencies firmly believe that a healthy body and mind are vital prerequisites for effective learning and long-term academic success. The partnership highlights the importance of teaching young learners healthy lifestyle practices to prevent lifestyle-related illness such as high blood pressure. So at an early age, students must be guided to develop good habits that will protect their health in a long run. So they should learn that eating too much salty and processed food, like cheap and instant noodles, so can be harmful. And instead, should be encouraged to choose fruits, vegetable, and fish, and other nutritions that strengthen the body and keep the heart healthy.
All right. Very well said, Miss DepEd Secretary, no? Napakaganda ng kanyang sinabi, guys. So, again, please conduct a module where it will be included in their daily lessons. This is a very good prevention, no? Para sa sakit na ito in the future sa mga kabataan. Could it be in a module or a policy that a learning facility should have? And yes, Ms. DOH Secretary, please assist po sa gagawin na module and curriculum po ni DepEd Secretary. And yep, I'm so happy about this meeting about this kind of shortage, no? And I think that ends this emergency assembly. And anything else, guys, you want to add before we end the session?
Wala na.
Well, Madam President.
All right, guys. Adjourn. Thank you so much for this meeting. Yes. To your wonderful suggestions. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much po, Ms. President.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Ms. President.